Hey, it's Flashback Monday. How you all doing? How's my Selena and my Leaf Sonata and my Z-Book and Trudy? How's my Trudy? All right. Now this is August 2014. And for the first time, I think in ever, I'm not exactly sure, I could double check, but as far as I know, this is the first time sci-fi is the last subject before Harlequin. Usually it's paranormal and urban, but I was unable to find any sci-fi, spoiler alert, so we're going to be skipping that anyway. But this is the first time it comes at the end of the magazine. So, and as always, we start with Regency, and I don't have too many of these, but we shall make it through. Uh, and as always, I am horrible with organization. Um, really horrible with organization. Okay, one, Grace Burrow, the traitor, naked guy on the cover. 4.5 stars. Burroughs continues the Captive Heart series with an unusual twist. The villain of the previous book is now the hero. He takes a skilled storyteller to turn a ruthless interrogator into a man worthy of readers' respect and admiration. She accomplishes this with compassion, talent, depth of emotion, and appealing secondary characters. Caught in France during the Napoleonic Wars, Sebastian Sinclair joined the French army and became one of its chief interrogators of the British prisoners of war. With the war over, he returns to his aunt in England, hoping to live a quiet country life. But his past follows him. He is given the soubriquet the traitor baron, and is barely tolerated by society. His instincts tell him Melissa Dansworth, his aunt's companion, is hiding something. He uses his skills in seduction to unmask the lovely young woman. While love and passion blossom between them, a devious French plot threatens them. We'll see what happens there. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, no special editing here. Another one of my authors. How the Scoundrel Seduces. 4.5 stars. In the third installment of The Duke's Men, investigator Tristan Barnard is given center stage with Jeffrey's marvelous storytelling, clever plotting, and steamy romance destined to steal readers' hearts. As a private investigator, Tristan Barnard stays calm and self-assured until Zoe Keene enters his office to call him a favor. Tristan dislikes of anything aristocratic, includes Zoe. However, by helping her search for a gypsy woman who may know the secret of her birth, he may find some damaging evidence against his ruthless half-brother. Taking down George would help Tristan claim his rightful heritage. Tristan and Zoe intrigue each other as they work side by side on facing danger and exposing dark secrets, and maybe falling in love in the process. See what happens. Oh, excuse me one more time. I have got to take my allergy meds. Rogue with a Brogue, Susan Enoch, 4.5 stars. The latest in this scandalous Highlander series is simply outstanding. This highly gifted author has blessed her fans with a tale filled with incredible characters, a fast-paced, snappy dialogue, and a wonderful romance. Aaron McLaury is in London at his brother Ranulph's behest, tasked with maintaining the peace between the McLaury and the Campbell clans, who have signed their first peace treaty in 400 years. He is not fond of an arranged betrothal and managed to avoid his fiancée by asking a masked lady for a dance. Little does he know she is Mary Campbell, the granddaughter of the rival chieftain. After a few clandestine meetings, Aaron and Mary are planning their future, which brings down Rand's wrath because he's afraid that such a marriage would cause both clans to break the truce. Isn't that what they always used to do? Get two warring clans to have a marriage to combine them two. A lady we are reading on Saturdays, or will be reading on Saturdays. We were doing The Sisters. This is one of her standalones. This is Loving Rose. 4.5 stars. Another tale from the casebook of Barnaby Adair centers more on the fascinating central characters than on the detective himself. And the plot allows Lawrence to focus on issues of reinvention, redemption, and transformative power of love. 5 years ago, a broken Malcolm Sinclair washed up near a monastery. It took him years for him to heal and reinvent himself as Thomas Glendower, and pledged to make amends for his past. However, the day comes when Thomas must return to London. En route, he stops at a country manor which has been in the care of a lovely housekeeper. Rose has felt protected at the manor, accepting as a widow with 2 children. She fears that once Thomas discovers her real identity, she'll have to flee again. What will happen there? We shall see. uh, Woman made for sin. Naked lady on the cover. A Woman Made for Sin, 4.5 stars, Sinclair. The 3 friends vowed to share everything now. One is married, the next is out to catch her man in another wild adventure, double romance. There may be mayhem, madness, and humor, but there is also emotional intensity, sensuality, and depth of characterization. For years, Lady Amy Wentworth has been in love with her brother's best friend, Captain Reese Hamilton. Reese has never felt good enough for Amy and urged her to marry a noble man closer to her station. He returns to his ship to find the thief who has been stealing from him, but he discovers Amy on board. To save her reputation, he proposes marriage. Meanwhile, Amy's brother Chase has his hands full with his wife Millie, who aided Amy in her escapades. See what happens there. And our last one. The Truth About Leo. Katie McAllister. If you haven't read my Katie's, please check them out. 4.5 stars. In this mayhem-filled romp, McAllister delivers a charming, sweet love story, rife with fast-talking and faster-moving characters. Penniless Danish princess Dagmar Marie Sophia must leave her beloved country before her odious cousin forces her to a convent. Fate is on her side when she discovers an unconscious man in her garden. He is clearly a gentleman who won't know he isn't married to her until it's too late. So she's gonna tell him that they're married. Maybe he lost his memory. And it's a naked guy on the cover, by the way. Leo Mortimer, Earl of March, barely remembers being attacked and imprisoned by the Danes. He awakens to find his wife caring for him, and he buys it. Until Smokey, what are you doing? Why do they always do cute things when I'm busy? Ah, I wish you could see her. I wish I could set up a cat cam. All right. Mainstream fiction. Oh, where's my pen? Uh, Mainstream fiction. Let's see. Um, a person could really use a little organization in her life. The Story Hour. 4.5 stars. Those clamoring for excellent diverse books, they won't get much better than this. UMRIGAR shows the dissonance between cultures and classes and how they impact the everyday dealing of even the most open-minded people. When therapist Maggie meets a suicidal Lakim, she feels a connection. Both are married to Indian men and both have pivotal changes in their life after their mother died. Maggie crosses the lives of professionalism, and the more the women's lives intervene, the more their roles reverse. Interesting. Harbison. I saw this one and I thought, I know this lady. Well, not her, but I know a Harbison. Where is that silly book? I saw it. You know, I say this every week. You could get a little organized, Chrissy. And every week, I don't. Driving with the top down. 4.5 stars. This story tells the journey and self-discovery of three very different women. The struggles that the three characters face make them seem real. Each one has to figure out her life and make the necessary and rough changes. Colleen Bradley heads out on an antiquing road trip for her store, reluctantly taking along her 16-year-old Tamar. As the two make their way, Colleen realizes how misunderstood the teen is and how much she is looking forward for acceptance from her father. Add in the surprise of Colleen's college friend Biddy, who was struggling with her own issues, and the journey is for the ages as women look to where life will lead. Sorry about that. Dear committee members, I just saw this. Dear committee members, Julie Schumacher. 4.5 stars. Schumacher manages a considerable feat in this exploratory novel told through the series of inter-office communications and hilarious, often wildly helpful recommendation letters, making an oddly endearing hero out of a genuinely unliking curmudgeon. Forced to monitor his own department's budgetary problems while the economic department upstairs is lavishly remodeling, constantly called up to write an underneath stream of recommendation letters, creative writing professor Jason Figure often has little choice but to vent his frustration through his correspondence, whether it is about his prized people who cannot seem to get any help with his supposedly brilliant novel, or in regard to the nearly helpless love life. See what happens. Hickman. Trice Hickman, the troublemaker. Let's see. Ah, the troublemaker. 4 stars. Hickman continues her unique storytelling style and troublemaker reading, taking readers beyond the veil of life and death in the realm of physical and spiritual existence. Alexandria and Allie's conversations are so believable, readers clearly see through their eyes how the gift they share is a blessing and a curse. Allie makes her earthly transition at 98, but she's nearly 200 when her visits to her great-great-granddaughter intensify. Alexandria's family knows she can see into the past, present, and future. So when she tells them they need to go to the family estate because Allie says so, they comply. Unfortunately, returning home means also returning to the secrets that must be told if the bonds of the past are to be broken. See what happens. And on to teen. Miss Mead. I do some succubus, Miss Mead. We'll see what happens. Silver Shadows, 4.5 stars. The latest installment in Mead's Bloodline series is perhaps the best yet. It perfectly blends romance with paranormal adventure and drama. Through the novel deals with for darker content than previous books in the series, Mead manages to include enough humor to make Silver Shadow a truly wonderful read. Following the discovery of her taboo relationship with a vampire, alchemist Sydney Sage has been locked away, held captive until she renounces all of her beliefs and shows complete obedience to the alchemist dogma. She knows that she must escape, but she is surrounded by adversaries and kept completely ignorant of her surroundings. Though her boyfriend Adrian is on the outside, he is unable to cope with the loss of the lover's life and in his own ability to save her. Unable to contact each other and without resources, they must somehow find a way to get back to each other. Okay. And let's see that one. Teen is the only section that has never been alphabetized. All the other sections have an index. This is the only one that does not have an index. And I got the book, but I don't know. Oh, there it is. Ah, Isla and the Happily Ever After. 4.5 stars, Steffi Perkins. Dazzling and full of raw emotion, Isla and the Happily Ever After, a stunning and passionate novel. Isla proves to be a charming heroine, and her journey to a self-discovery is well crafted and utterly believable. Isla has always been a dreamer, a wanderer soul who's unsure about what she wants to do when high school ends. The only thing she's certain about is her love for Josh, a brilliant artist and an expert at skipping classes. And as the senior year brings them closer together, they'll discover that life isn't always easy. Okay? On to inspirational. Let's be a little inspirational today after the morning I had. Um, Let's see what we have here. I don't even know what I have here. All right. Camden Elizabeth with Every Breath. 4.5 stars. Camden has penned a truly eloquent Christian romance from start to finish. Everything here is top notch. The writing, the detailed characterization, the historical setting, and the tender romance that will resonate with readers. The dialogue between the two main characters is not only fabulously smart but witty. Kate Livingston is dumbstruck when she realizes her childhood nemesis, Dr. Trevor McDonough, wants her as an assistant with his tuberculosis research. Even knowing the risks involved, Kate agrees. It's not too long before she starts to see a different side of Trevor, a side that has her longing for more than just a professional relationship with him. Okay. The Butterfly and the Violin. I'm not exactly sure what they have in common. But anyway, 4.5 stars. Alternating points of view skillfully blend contemporary and historical fiction in this debut novel that is also impossible to put down. An art gallery owner, Serena James, is determined to find the painting of a young girl that moved her deeply when she was a child. Her search leads to a mysterious surrounding an inheritance left to an owner of the original painting in 1942. Aspiring violinist Adele von Barnes' desire to help Jews gives her a sentence in a re-education program at Auschwitz. She leaves behind the love of her life, not knowing what fate awaits. Serena's search leads her to William Hanover III, who is also looking for the painting. Serena needs to learn the truth in order to find peace, but can she trust William and his motives? Don't know. The Lady and the Officer. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you. Civil War. 4.5 stars. The second installment in the Civil War heroine series is wonderful. The novel showcases the terrible destruction of war and the incredible strength of courageous women who had their own battles with behind the line. The story will touch readers' hearts and soul and stay with them long after the book ends. Madeline Howard has been the battle wounds that are not visible. As a nurse, she saved the life of Elliot Haywood, a colonel in the Confederate Home Guard. Though she lives in the South, her heart is with the General James Downing, a soldier from the North. But Haywood is attracted to Madeline and is determined to win her heart for his own. While Madeline is at her uncle's house, she overhears the plotting a Confederate attack in Northern Virginia. She wants to inform Jim to save him and the other soldiers, but she's torn between her loyalty for family and her loyalty for friends and her loyalty for the guy. Yepper. And um no, this is here somewheres. If you haven't seen my Amish, go watch my Amish video. This woman is in it. Um, Wanda E. Brewster, The Healing Quilt. Brunstetter shines in her latest novel featuring an eclectic cast of characters who find healing through the life lessons learned in a quilting class. Readers will feel as though they are part of the class growing right along our protagonist. While the connection between the eponymous quilt and the healing needed by the characters is lovely, the tale ends too soon and leaves you hoping for more. Emma and Lamar Miller are in Florida on vacation, but Emma believes she's been led to do what she does best, teach a quilting class. The unlikely students appear to have been brought together for different reasons. BJ, stricken with cancer, has family issues. Eric is confined to a wheelchair and seems to have lost all joy in life. While Kim has given up love and Phyllis and Mike are looking for changes in their lives. In the class, the students find that they are just might be able to heal themselves and each other. Okay. Crossroads. Is it Barbara Cameron? Crossroads, 4 stars. Hard choices and misunderstanding are at the center of this book. Second book of the Amish series. Hammond's characters are well written and well thought out, and the treatment of Amish life is interesting. Emma is waiting impatiently for Isaac to ask her to marry him, especially since she's wanted to marry him since they were both children. But as he is on a rumsprings, Isaac cannot make any commitments to Emma or to the church. With an appointment and a good job, he's finding that he enjoys some of the English ways. The one thing he doesn't love is Emma. Fearful of Isaac's swift adaptation to English habits, Emma is torn between her love for him and the values which she has been raised. What happens there? And Sunland in Perfect Time. Excuse me. The latest in the entry of Wings of Nightingales is packed and adventurous. Set against the backdrop of World War II, Sundin is Perfect Time features excellent, well-handled description of battle-torn Italy and southern France. Kate Jobson loves her job as an Army Air Force flight nurse. Even though she has several close calls and even lost a good friend, she is always available to help out on a flight to bring back the wounded. There are a string of men hoping to win Kate's heart, and none of them can seem to hold her attention. Lieutenant Roger Cooper is a stalwart and brave pilot of C-47 planes who's made countless runs into enemy territory. Though he's instantly smitten with Kay, he has no desire to be just another guy in her long line of prospective suitors. See what happens there. And I think... No, one more. If I have it here, did I... Alright, Caroline's Secret. Caroline's Secret. Amy Lillard, 4 stars. Caroline's Secret is an entertaining tale about family problems peppered with sweet, lovable characters who may just get a second chance at love. Caroline Hostella didn't intend to put roots in Wells Landing. She was only staying long enough to catch her breath. Now she and her young daughter have settled in nicely and made friends, but Caroline still wishes her father could forgive her and allow her to come home. After the love of his life passed away, Andrew Fitch comes to Wells Landing to mend his broken heart. Determined to make the best of things, Andrew pours his energy into helping his uncle into the furniture shop. Carolyn and Andrew are just starting to connect when Carolyn's past blows into town. Will that hurt their stuff, their life? We'll see what happens there. And that is the end of Inspirational. On to Mystery, my favorite section. On to Mystery. Oh, I think we hit them all. All right. Sandra Brown. Mean Streak. 4.5 stars. A marathon runner on a lonely mountain trail in North Carolina gets more than she bargained for in this excellent new suspense. Megastar Brown is at the top of her game, delivering a story that drops mysterious hints of past events. Just when readers think they got things figured out, Brown pulls the rug out from under them with a clever twist. Dr. Emery Charbonneau's marriage to Jeff Surrey has been stressed lately, so she's looking forward to her training getaway in the mountains. While running on a trail, Emery is hit from behind and knocked unconscious. When she awakens, she is in a remote cabin where a mystery man who refuses to divulge his name or anything about himself is taking care of him. Brad Weather traps Emery and her protector on the mountain, which only frightens her more. Back down the mountain, Jeff has contacted the authorities about Emery's disappearance, but once they discover she's having an affair, the police wonder if he wanted an instant divorce from his wealthy wife. When Emery and her protector have a dangerous encounter with some vicious neighbors, events take a most unexpected turn. See what happens there. The Lazarus Curse. Tessa Harris. 4.5 stars. The exceptionally strong historical background in the 1780s London novel makes it impossible to put down. Harris uses details to make readers feel part of the time. With each book, the mysteries have become stronger, and the subject, slavery in England, lends a heartbreaking note to this novel. The English Royal Society has sent a ship to the colonies of the West Indies to collect and catalog fauna and flora. When the ship returns, 2 scientists on board have died and only the botanical artists survive. Dr. Thomas Silkstone, an anatomist from Philadelphia, has been appointed to catalog the world's specimens, but he has not been told everything. The botanist disappears along with the private journal from the ship, and there are rumors of a potion that can raise the dead. See what happens there. We just did Molly Murphy the other day. We will be doing the Royal Spyness at some point. I love Rice Bowen. Queen of Hearts, 4.5 stars. Climb aboard the crazy train as Lady Georgiana Roanoke leads to Hollywood and runs into a jewel thief and murderer. Bowen's delightful tale is as charming and feisty as ever. Lady Georgina is sweeping across the pond with her mother, hopes to get a quickie divorce in Reno so she can return to England and marry her lover. Before they can even disembark their ship, Georgie gets involved in the investigation of a suspected jewel thief. They also run into movie mogul Cy Goldman, who insists Georgina's mother would be the perfect cast in his new flick and invites them to Hollywood home. Is this some couch stuff going on here or what? Nah, he probably really wants her for a role. Oh, I never did look for this. Who is it? Oh, it's a Joanna Brady. That's probably why I don't have it. Oh, I thought I looked for it. All right, let's do. Let's see if I can do a picture here. Crazy picture. Remains of Innocence, J.A. Jance. If you have not seen my J.P. Beaumont, I love J.P. Beaumont. He was a detective with the Seattle Police Department, and then he leaves that and he goes with the Special Homicide Investigation Team, and then he works for something else, and then he retires. But it's a whole string of books. You follow him from the beginning of his career through the end of it, towards the end of it. I love those books. Please, I did reviews for every single one of those J.P. Beaumont books, so you can read the books along with me. So we have Remains of Innocence. 4 stars. Remains of Innocence is a fast-paced mystery with one of the strongest female protagonists on the scene today. There is no doubt that Joanna can handle anything thrown at her. Liza, another interesting character, and this reviewer would like to see more of her past. Excuse me. Lisa Munchat did not have an easy childhood growing up with her hoarder mother. However, Lisa knows they must go to see her while she is dying. While cleaning out the house, she comes across a stash of $100 bills hidden in every book and magazine. Lisa knows this money can't be legit, but she also realizes how dangerous it could be. On the run for her life, Lisa's destination is Cache County, where Sheriff Joanna Brady is dealing with a murder that has hit too close to home. Can Sheriff figure it out? Wendy Corsi Staub. I might do her too. I'm not sure. 4 stars. In a word, terrifying. This novel shows how easily information can be exposed under false pretenses. The author's latest thriller combines a main character who quickly wins the reader's heart with a tense drama that propels the story forward. Laundry Wells shared deeply personal information with a blogger group for breast cancer survivors. Bound by their shared experiences, the group has an unspoken bond of trust and confidentiality. When one of her online friends dies, Landy is surprised to learn that her friend was the victim of a random crime, not cancer. When Laundry attends the funeral, she begins to suspect the murder was not random. See what happens there. Ah. I'm thinking about doing this one too. I have to look into it. Let's see. How many are these standalones or are these a series? So it's a series. So City of Ghosts. Kelly Stanley. Stanley's third mystery featuring P.I. Miranda Corby once again showcases her ability to transport the reader back in time. The atmosphere, character, dialogue, and setting all feel authentic to the point that one wonders if Stanley has a device to go back in time. In 1940, and America is not yet involved in the European conflict, P.I. Miranda Corby learns that her mother might be trapped in England while Germany bombs the country. She's just desperate for answers, but not just in matters involving her mom. She's asked by a man at the State Department to watch a chemistry professor who might be a spy for the Nazis. Oops. See what happens there. Soon another let's see, I'll write this down. 8. Let me write this up. And Kuntz. Dean Koontz, The City, 4 stars. When you slip into the world of Koontz's book, you can be certain of several things. The story will be told in a rich and lyrical fashion, and the characters will be unforgettable. In 1967, 10-year-old Joanna Bledsoe Kirk's life is forever changed by the series of choices and events. Johan's mother, Sylvia, a singer, is raising him along with help from her piano man, Father Teddy Bledsoe. When he was 8, Joanna had a strong encounter with a woman who claimed to be the city itself and who forewarned him of potential terrible and wonderful events to come. A smart and curious boy, Johan makes some unusual friends and unfortunately crosses paths with some very dangerous individuals, including his own father. What happens there? The Lost Island. Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. The latest Gideon Crew novel offers fast-paced action, intriguing characters, and an adventure-filled plot. Gideon Crew is hired to steal a page from the well-guarded Book of Kells, currently on display in New York City. After stealing the page, Gideon learns that his employer's interest is not for the illuminated manuscript itself, but for a treasure map hidden beneath the painted page. The map leads Gideon and his partner Amy on a quest to Mosquito Coast, a desolate area of the Caribbean. The treasure they seek may contain a powerful revelation that could benefit the entire human race. Interesting. And did I have that one? I think I have that one. Wait a second. Okay. Apparently, I picked up the wrong one. So, it's supposed to be murder in retribution. So I'll see if I can find the picture. What I picked up was murder misdirection. But I picked up the wrong one. So where's my pen here? Anne Cleland, Murder and Retribution, 4 stars. The adventure of Cleland's characters are thrilling as ever, as they are not forced not only to deal with a complicated murder case, but their private relationships as well. Rookie Detective Kathleen Doyle is currently the subject of major gossip because of her relationship with Chief Inspector Michael Sinclair, Lord Acton. But she shakes it off as she prepares to solve one of her most complicated cases. A rash of underworld murders has ignited a tense turf war in London, and the more she looks in it, the more confusing and complicated the case gets. See what happens there. All right, a little bit on the lighter side here. Dorothy Howell, Beach Bags and Burglaries. 3 little stars. Haley Randolph's latest adventures in the world of high fashion and Hollywood's elite have brought her to a new and exotic location. Haley has one all-expense-paid vacation at an exclusive resort that caters to the world elite. But during her vacation, a hotel maid goes missing, and while searching for an exclusive Sea Vixen bag, Haley stumbles across her body. Can she solve the crime? And on to paranormal. Dude, I didn't even do any of these. Let's look. All right, now we'll stop in suspense for a minute. Vanished. 4.5 stars. The latest addition to the Bone Secret saga promises to keep bookworms white-knuckled for the entire length of this novel, which many will agree is Eliot's best work to date. Local Oregon police detective Mason Kylehan is called in to work on a case of a missing 11-year-old. Henley, his wife's ex-stepdaughter. As much as he wants to help with the investigation, the FBI demands to take over. Special Agent Ava McLean is assigned to stay with the family and must work closely with Mason as the clock ticks. And Diana Palmer, Invincible. Invincible. If I can do this. This action-packed, enjoyable to Palmer's fictional Jacobsville, Texas. Palmer fans have waited hero. Carson's story and is well matched by heroine Carly. Invincible is quite suspenseful. A contract has been paid out on Claire Blair's life, and her father, a minister with unusual past, will do anything to protect her. So will Carson Farworker, a Lakota Sioux, and a mercenary working with Jacksonville Sheriff Department as a murder investigation. All right, let's see what happens there. Oh, I did not do any. All right, that one didn't come through. We'll just do a couple here. I forgot contemporary romance. I just forgot. Alright, so Debbie Maycomer. Let's see. Here we are. Debbie Maycomer. 4.5 stars. Love Letters is another wonderful story in the Rose Harbor series. Genuine life struggles with heartwarming endings for the 3 couples in the book. Some would say that Jo Marie is a little obsessed with learning about handyman Mark Taylor's past, but she's just curious. The time they have been spending together at her inn has only sparked more questions. Maggie and Roy are visiting the inn to spend time alone as a couple. With some difficult challenges in their marriage, they are both determined to work things out for the better, but it won't come without a struggle. Ellie is taking a leap of faith by visiting Cedar Cove to meet Tom, a man she met online. Ooh, I don't know about that. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I have got to take my meds. Between the Sheets, Molly O'Keefe. Born F Stars. Between the Sheets, while extremely sexy and erotic, also delves into matters of the heart and family. This book tells an intricate story about having a parent with Alzheimer's, child abandonment, and deep-seated issues in inadequacy. After years of running away from his bad decision, Wyatt Severson has settled down in Bishop, Arkansas to raise a son he only recently knew he had. His neighbor Shelby Monroe is the definite of a cool blonde, and when she turns out to be his son's art teacher, she genuinely cares about the kid. She attraction can't be denied. Under Shelley's cool and structured image as is a woman who uses sex to deal with her emotions, and Wyatt is happy to help. Okay. I did not get that one. So, Jessica Scott, back to you. Oh, I got that song in my head now. Kelly Clarkson song. Oh, where is it now? Let's do this other one first since it's sitting in my face. Lay It Down, Kara McKenna. Naked guy on a motorcycle. McKenna opens her Desert Dog series on the perfect note, presenting readers with a story that is sizzling, intelligent, and completely absorbing. Vince Grossier has broken a number of laws in his time, but when his hometown of Fortuity, Nevada becomes the site of a shiny new casino and his best friend is murdered after visiting the building site, Vince is prepared to do anything to expose the truth, including working with a pretty photographer. Oh, yeah. Um, no strings. Susan Anderson. I used to get her books all the time. Ah, naked guy on the cover. God, the lighting is so bad today. Well, you can see the naked guy on the cover. No strings attached. 4 stars. Anderson's latest is a sexy read. Her expert storytelling, natural dialogue, and steady pacing all draw readers into the story of the charming Luke and strong-willed Tasha. DEA agent Luke Bradshaw is completely shocked when he sees the beautiful Tasha Reardon walk into the room at a dinner party. Luke remembers Tasha as the woman he spent 2 passionate, fun-filled days with 7 years ago. Will it happen again? Will they make it longer this time? Let's see what happens. And I probably have that one too. Jessica Scott, back to you. A story with genuine honesty back to you is a little emotionally deep at times, but authentic. Trent Davelia has a family he loves, but a life in the army that pulls his heart in 2 directions. He finds that being a soldier comes easily to him, but marriage doesn't always. After he nearly died in combat, something changed inside him, and the only thing he's felt right was deployment over his marriage reached a breaking point. Laura doesn't know how to handle it when Trent returns home. Her heart was broken too often after Trent constantly chose his men over his family. Oops. Don't know about that. And as long as we were over on that page. Wait. Looking for trouble. The other half of this page. Victoria Doll. 4.5 stars. Wonderfully unconventional and delightful, sultry. Dallas first Jackson Girls Night Out novel is among her hottest to date. Ever since her mother ran off with another woman's husband years ago, Sophie Hayer has been on her best behavior, eager to overcome the rumors that spread about her family. But when a tattooed biker rides into her small town in his edgy glory, Sophie can resist his attention. It's just her luck that the man is Alex Bishop, the son of the man with whom Sophie's mother ran off with so long ago. Okay. On to paranormal. And something like that. Where is it? Here you go. Krusty Growl, Dark Sky. 4.5 stars. Even though we've 15 books into Krusty Co's Exceptional Mortals After Dark, the stories remain just as fresh and enthralling as the first. Treachery and mistakes have turned childhood friends into deep enemies despite their status as destined mates. When they were children, Viking Prince Thanos and Lathy, Sorcerer Girl, were secret best friends, despite their people being enemies. But when an attack kills Lathy's parents, she blames Thanos and takes revenge by severely injuring him. Their enmity has lasted for centuries, but that hasn't stopped a scared Thanos in his determination to make Latho his mate. Thanos continues to hunt Latho and finally corners her while she is escaping from the Order's island prison. Their joint escape from the island tosses them into strange and deadly realms where their survival depends on each other, and they gotta get close to each other. And Arthur's Shifter's Claim, AC Arthur, naked guy on the cover. 4 stars. Shadow Shifters return and continue, please. The threats of exposure and new dangerous enemies drive the action intensity to new heights. What is... Oh. Sorry. Sebastian Bass Perry is the faction leader of the Shapeshifters in the mountain region, and his focus has been on protecting the Mexican border against drugs and weapons smuggling by the rogues. While in DC for faction business, Bass encounters irresistible reporter Pyra Drake. Pressured by blackmail and threats against her family, Pyra is coerced into uncovering the truth about the existence of shifters. Oops. I don't know if you want to trust her or not. And, oh, I didn't get that one. I was looking for that one. And I didn't get it. Lara Adrian, Crave the Night. 4.5 stars. This adventure continues in the 12th Midnight Breed novel from prolific and talented Adrian. This time it's Nathan, a first-generation breed vampire who was raised as an emotionless hunter who takes center stage. Nathan and his team from the Order are on the hunt for Cassian Gray, the owner of the decadent club La Norte, who may have information on the shadowy organization Opus Nostrum and the newly discovered Atlanteans, but Cassian has gone underground, so finding him is no small task. Jordan Gates is an orphan breedmate who has been raised in privilege. She is also the best friend of the breed vamp Clarice Chase, whose brother Ark works with Nathan. Nathan and Jordan feel a fierce white-hot connection. We'll see what happens there. And Iona Andrews, Magic Breaks, 4.5 stars. For the last 6 months, remarkable books, everything has been leading to this moment. Ex-mercenary Kate Daniels must confront her godlike father, Roland. Andrews' vast legions of fans have been waiting for the breathless anticipation for this book, but Andrews wisely provides newcomers with a smart, witty, previously on. After returning from their terrifying confrontation with Roland's right-hand man, Hugh, Kate, and the Beast Lord Curran have been waiting for the other shoes to drop. It does in spectacular fashion after a master of the dead is murdered and Hugh shows up claiming a member of the pact is guilty. Curran is out of town, so Kate and her crew are in a race against time to find the killer and prevent a war between the people and the pact. And Cursed. 4.5 stars. Rising star Wells' latest heroine, Kate Prospero, is a fighting war within herself as she tries to abstain from using dirty magic. The upcoming rare blue moon is already wreaking havoc on the city of Babylon. As a result, Kate and her new job as a detective with the Magical Enforcement Agency is getting quite the workout. Theft of some dangerous magical potions from a powerful coven leaves Kate and her partner Morris with the sense that something significant is afoot. Maybe it is. All right, we know our Chicagoland. We like our Chicagoland vampires a whole bunch. We got to do the series. I started it. I should go back to it. So far, the Greenwich Presidium head Darius has not responded to Ethan's challenge, but everyone expects something will happen soon. Merritt has been called to a crime scene where police detective's son has been killed using vampire katinas. The murder weapon turned out to be replicas, so what was the killer trying to frame a vampire? Second killing indicates that there is a serial killer on the loose. Then Ethan gets a report that Darius is in town, but what is he up to? They gotta find out. And that, let me see if there's any, like I said, we did not have any sci-fi. It's only one page. There are no pictures. I had trouble getting some of the authors. If I could have gotten one, I would have gotten, what's her name? Michelle Saga. But I couldn't find her. And Lillis only got 3 stars, so I wasn't going to worry about her. And Harley Quinn. Let's see if any of these are used in Kimmy or not. Oh, there she is. All right, we'll go back. I just found her. All right, here we go. Here's a lady. Heather Graham, Hexed. Ah, I just had it now. Four stars. Graham brings the town of Salem to life with the clear details and vivid descriptions, including information about shops, funds, local residents. Wiccan beliefs and the fearful history that Salem holds gives readers a sense of having visited there before. 13 years ago, Craig Rockwell, otherwise known as Rocky, discovered the body of a local girl in the forest clearing. Her body displayed like the 5 points on a pentagram, and it changed the course of his life. When another woman's body is found with similarities that match the long-ago case, Rocky requests to work with crew of hunters, a task force responsible for solving unusual cases. See if they solve this one. And where's Kimmy? Where's Kimmy? Harlequin American, Harlequin Place, Harlequin Desire, Harlequin Presents, Harlequin Intrigue, Harlequin Romance, Harlequin. Here we go. Harlequin Kimmy. So let's go back and look here. Sherry Listler. Right. That one right here. So Lawrence Monty Campbell found success as a musician but kept his heart guarded because his mother abandoned him as a child. At a concert, he feels a jolt when he touches Jenny Simmons' hand. Due to past experiences, Janine, a special education teacher and painter, has sworn off men. Jane and Monty can't help thinking of each other, yet struggle to let go of their past events. Let's see if they can get to it. And we'll end there. And there you have August 2014 with so many books. Will you choose one? And by the way, this is the D. Louise book series, and I would appreciate a like and subscribe. It would mean so much. Have a good day.